I think this is the greatest white prospect since Larry Bird.
What's your early analysis on Cooper Flagg?
Cooper's nice. Cooper's a real deal, Jim. Like,
yeah.
But then what did you notice about his mentality?
Oh, he just made winning. He's a winner. It just seemed like he make winning plays. He just make winning plays.
When legends who do not normally hype other players this much start calling a 19-year-old a certified problem, you have to pay attention. Because while everyone was celebrating his Rookie of the Year trophy and that historic 51-point game, one massive detail almost slipped under the radar. The Dallas Mavericks still lost 56 games last season. Even with Cooper Flagg scoring 21 points a night, he could not save him.
Quickly. PJ with the rebound. Cooper in the open court. By and to the basket to jam it.
But here's the massive shift almost nobody's talking about yet. The best way to describe what we saw? An unfinished version of Cooper Flagg. Because as soon as the season ended, he went straight back to work on his handle, his floaters, and his finishing. The exact details that slowed him down at times during his first year. So ask yourself this question. If that historic season was only his unfinished version, what are we about to see in year 2? By the end of this video, you will understand why LeBron James publicly backed this kid. But before we get there, and trust me we will, you have to understand how Cooper reached this position.
That type of presence, that type of leadership, that type of just basketball IQ and knowledge around him every single day from those pieces. So I think he's going to be amazing.
Because his timeline is completely insane. People love talking about his roots in Maine and that ridiculous run at Montverde Academy. But what he did next at Duke, at his age, was even more impressive. As a teenager, he averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists a night. He swept the National College Player of the Year awards and walked into the draft as if the #1 pick already belonged to him.
In the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
And yet, the moment that truly put him on the map did not happen at Duke. It arrived almost immediately after his rookie season, when LeBron started treating Flagg like a genuinely special player. Usually, a rookie card is just an overpriced piece of cardboard that somebody hopes to flip for quick cash. But Cooper Flagg completely broke the market. Topps released his one-of-one autographed rookie patch card, and what followed was absolute chaos.
All right, good luck here. Debut patch is... oh my god.
Dallas wanted it back so badly that the franchise offered 2 premium season tickets for 32 years, a signed game-worn jersey, and private VIP access at the American Airlines Center. And then the numbers became completely insane. Ken Golden reportedly offered a $1.5 million cash advance before the sale, while a $3.6 million bid was later reported. To be clear, $3.6 million is not a confirmed final sale price, but the fact that a number like that was even reported shows you how far this card pushed the market.
The search for Cooper Flagg's highly coveted rookie debut card is over. A group of card enthusiasts in Rhode Island, the Dallas Mavericks offered season tickets for 32 years in exchange for that card. Experts say it could be worth well over $1 million.
Think about that for a second. Before his second season had even started, an item tied to his rookie year was already being discussed as one of the most valuable pieces on the sports market. But the card is not even the most important part of the story. What he did on the court before that, that's what should terrify the rest of the league. Imagine being 19 years old and joining a franchise where every defense is designed to ruin your night. No veteran co-star to absorb the pressure. No secondary creator to rescue you when the clock runs down. No room to breathe. Every double team, every late clock possession, and every aggressive defensive plan was aimed at a teenager who never should have carried that much weight. The result? Dallas finished 26 and 56. Cooper's numbers looked ridiculous, but the scoreboard kept disappointing the fans. Normally, that many losses eventually breaks a rookie's momentum. But that's not what happened. While everyone was calling the Mavericks season a disaster, one Friday night in April forced every observer to rethink the entire story. Look at what happened against Orlando. The Mavs were struggling. Jason Kidd was ejected after exploding over a missed call. The sideline was pure chaos. And that was exactly when Cooper Flagg took control. He flew down the floor in transition, buried pull-ups, and attacked the rim until defenders had no choice but to foul him. Then the number appeared, 51 points.
Teenager has ever scored 50 points in an NBA game. There's a chance for it right here, right now. It's happened.
Flagg became the youngest player and the only teenager in NBA history to cross 50 points in a game. And he'd already scored 49 against Charlotte earlier that winter. At that point, it's no longer luck. A 19-year-old rookie does not score 49 and then 51 against NBA defenses by accident. Eventually, you have to accept that this kid has the talent to one day control the entire league. But look closer at the way teams started defending him late in the season, because that's where the story becomes even more interesting. When defenses aggressively crowded his handle in tight spaces and completely packed the paint, you saw why Dallas struggled to close games. Take away the first option, shut down the rim, and everything suddenly gets much harder. But here's the wildest part. Cooper never tried to avoid the subject. During the offseason, he sat in front of a camera and listed exactly what he needed to fix. His handle under pressure, creating his own shot, and becoming more reliable from deep.
What are the top 3 things you've been working on this offseason?
Obviously my ball handling, shot creation, obviously shooting is up there too.
And don't forget the context. This guy was already scoring 21 points a night and making NBA history as a teenager while openly admitting his flaws. That's the mentality we're talking about. And that brings us directly back to LeBron. After watching Flagg score 45 points against the Lakers, LeBron did not simply say that the kid was talented. He explained why Dallas had been right to put the ball in his hands despite all the criticism. LeBron said he loved what Cooper was bringing to the franchise, that he saw a player who genuinely loved basketball and was putting in the work. Then he defended Jason Kidd's point guard experiment. According to LeBron, putting the ball in a young player's hands and allowing him to go through the rough patches helps him grow faster than the other players. That's the real meaning behind LeBron's support. He was not just validating Flagg's statistics, he was validating the process that made those statistics possible. And yes, the Bronny comparisons is gonna make people talk. You rarely hear LeBron publicly break down another young player's development in this much detail. Some people are gonna say he defended Cooper with an intensity we have not even heard him use for his own son. Now, is that really true, or is the internet and the media exaggerating again? Tell me what you think.
Well, obviously you're super excited. It's like, shit, it's what we all dreamed about as kids. And
now, if you think Cooper went away to relax during the offseason just because he scored 51 points in April, you've completely missed what's happening. While everybody else is still debating last season, look at what he's actually doing in the gym. This is not just a staged workout designed to collect Instagram likes. You can see him working on escape dribbles under pressure, floaters through contact, and finishes with ridiculous body control for a player his size. These clips do not prove that his entire game was fixed overnight. They prove something more important. He's attacking the exact weaknesses that defenses exposed. Flagg did not stand in front of the media and list his flaws for sympathy. He turned them into a checklist. Every bomb protection drill, every repetition against elite length, and every new finish answers a problem he faced during his rookie season. And as if that was not enough, he's also working alongside Kyrie Irving.
With Kyrie this offseason, he's back healthy. Kyrie is obviously, one of the greats, so just to be able to share the floor with him and learn from him on the fly and be able to go out there and compete.
Think about that for a second. Kyrie's tight handle, his control of pace, his impossible finishing angles, and his body control are exactly what Flagg is trying to improve. When you're 19, learning how to escape double teams and one of the greatest ball handlers ever is standing beside you in the gym, that's almost a cheat code. But here's where the entire story finally comes together. Cooper's second season will not simply be his first year with better numbers. Dallas realized it could not leave him drowning for another season in a poorly constructed roster. The front office woke up and changed the group around him. The Mavericks selected Morez Johnson Jr. 9th overall after a season at Michigan, a high-motor big who can set screens and clean up the glass without needing plays called for him. Then Dallas added Zaccharie Risacher to bring real length and shooting on the wing. Put him next to Derek Lively protecting the paint, and suddenly the Mavs look like a completely different team. This is why year 2 was not only about the progress Cooper made during the summer. It will be the first real look at a team built around him from the start. And if you think you already know how far he can take them, you have not seen anything yet. Look at what he was already producing after the All-Star break when the game started slowing down for him. 22.6 points, 6.9 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks a night.
He's back in the game. Mavericks running. Good ball movement. Cooper Flagg! Yes!
While carrying an exhausted roster. Nobody's asking whether he can score 20 points anymore. He's already proved he can almost do that in his sleep. The real question is much bigger. Can he turn those huge numbers into actual wins? With Kyrie returning healthy and a younger group ready to run, the pressure that rested entirely on Cooper's shoulders should probably begin to get lighter. Think back to the beginning of this video, when Carmelo Anthony, Stephen A, and LeBron James were going out of their way to praise him. At first, it might have looked like standard veteran support for a #1 pick. But now you see what they saw from day one, and even they may have underestimated what's coming. 21 points a night, a Rookie of the Year trophy, a historic 51-point game, and despite all of it, a collectively lost season for Dallas. The scariest thing about Cooper Flagg's rookie year may not be what he accomplished against every double team in the league. It's the fact that he did all of it while being skin deep in his offensive game. So tell me how you see this playing out. Will Cooper Flagg become an all-star in year 2? Can he already enter the All-NBA conversation? Or are we simply watching the first steps of a future MVP? Drop your prediction in the comments. Points, rebounds, and total wins for Dallas. And subscribe, because if his rookie season really was the unfinished version, year 2 could become completely insane.